everyone, this is Rohit Manoran and welcome back to the Checkpoint Lab training. For this video, we'll be seeing IPSEC Site-to-Site VPN. For that, you have to follow some steps so that we can configure our IPSEC. The first step should be enable IPSEC on Firewall 1 and Firewall 2, which you want to perform. Second step is create a VPN, and this is second, VPN community object. You have to create a community object and put those put firewall 1 and firewall 2 in that community. Okay. The third step is to the third step is to specify which all are our protected internal networks. So third step is to specify. And in this topology, we have 192.168.1.0 network, and the other network is 10.3.0.0/24. Okay, we have to specify it to the IPsec that these are the protected networks that we are going to communicate with. Okay, and the last step is to add VPN to the security policy. So these are the steps that you have to follow while configuring IPSEC Site-to-Site VPN tunnel. To enable our IPSEC feature in the firewall, so you have to basically jump into gateways and servers, and I'm logged into my smart console, as you can see already. Okay, so you have to basically open edit of that SG1 and check the IPSEC button. Yeah. Then you have to click OK, and let me hide this writings, and I will just recite each and every one. So this is basically we are enabling our IPSEC on both of the firewalls. So I have clicked OK, and IPSEC is enabled, and you can see the blade icon also, right? So the next thing that you have to go to SG2, which is firewall 2. I will enable in that too. So I will go for IPSEC, check this out, and I'll click on OK. So our first step is done. The second step is to add a VPN community object. So for that, you have to jump into security policy, right? So in that security policy, you have many things, right? Access control, shared policy, threat prevention, and at the bottom, as you can see in access tools, we have VPN communities. So if I click on this VPN community, and there are 2 VPN communities already there. So you can create a new community. So I will create a new community by clicking on this small button, which is new in Checkpoint. Yeah. So I will click on it. And there are 2 kinds of community that we can create. One is star, where you can specify multiple. Oh, sorry, I clicked on mesh. Okay, sorry. I'll close this. Yeah. So I click on mesh, and I will go for again new, and I will click off for star so that I can explain. So here you can actually mention what all security. So I will take my pen and explain. Yeah. So I'll go for this one. Yeah. Control all. Yeah, come out of this thing. Yeah. So basically, you can create VPN tunnels to many sites. So here, for an example, you can add firewall inside interface. You can add branch 1. So this is the center gateway, which means the main gateway, the main IPsec part. So this will be the center one. So here you will add basically firewall 1. So I'm considering 2 firewall. So in this part we have a branch, and there are many other firewall. Let me clear this out. It's a little bit mushy. Okay, so I have 2 firewalls, and consider we have more firewalls. Okay, so I want to create VPN tunnel to all of them. So this will be my center gateway, which is firewall 1 and firewall 2. And you have to mention that this is the interface of my inside network of firewall 1, and these are branch, and I'm considering the inside as headquarters, and these are branch 1, branch 1, branch 2, branch 3. Okay, so you have to mention that headquarters want to create VPN tunnels to each and every branches. Okay, that means star. Means you have to create a star. Okay, it's just like the shape star. So you will have a central point, and then you have to select the whatever branches are out there. So you have to select a central gateway. Actually, you have to select a central gateway. Okay, so you have to basically select a central gateway. So that is what this is. You actually select firewall central gateway, and central gateways are branch offices. You can do like this. So for this, I have only mesh one. So I will go for mesh topology, which is simply just the two of them. So I will click on mesh topology, and I will add the firewall each and every. So participate in gateways are, and whatever the changes in the star topology, whatever the changes are being made in central, and you can actually differentiate the changes also. So I will, in mesh topology, you have to mention 2 or 3 or anything, and all the traffic will be similar. Means all the settings that you are applying for the IPsec will be similar. Okay, so in our star topology, you have some encryption model in, you can keep an encryption model in central gateways, and you can keep separate settings for your branch offices, branch firewalls. So you can distinguish in that. So in mesh, you don't have that option. You have to basically add both the firewalls. I'm going to click on this. You have to click on the small button and you have to click. So these are the participating gateways that you are going to add for IPsec VPN tunnel. And as you can see, we have a couple of options right in the left tab. You have accept all the encrypted traffic, encryption methods. You can select the encryption methods also, right? If you click on encryption, let me click on encryption. Yeah, so encryption will load and wait for a moment. Yeah, as you can see, we have encryption method, and in that encryption method, there is IKE phase 1 and IKE phase 2. You can use aggressive mode also. You can use perfect forward secrecy also, and you can actually specify which algorithm for encryption to use also. You can do that all things. Okay, so let me make it a little bit up, right? A little bit up. Okay, let the OK button be visible. So I will click on OK. I will go for the defaults. Okay, so according to you, according to your conditions, you have to do this. So I will go for defaults because it's okay. I'm comfortable with the default, and I have created. So I actually didn't add the object name of the VPN basically. So I have to add the VPN name. So I will add the name, which will be my VPN sites, right? And I will hit on OK, and it will be saved. So one of the new communities are popped up in our VPN communities, which is VPN sites, which is a mesh topology, and encryption suite is custom. And you can actually change the encryption suite too. The next step that we are going to do is the network management. You have to add it, right? So I will go for securities and gateways, right? You have to specify the networks, right? You have to specify the networks that these are my Intel network. This was our third step basically. My SG1 has 192.168.1.0 network, and my SG2 will have 10.4.0.0 network, which will be the protected end. Okay, so what you have to do is simply open this, and under that you have an option. If you go for network management, right? Oh, sorry, network management. You have the interfaces, and as you can see, we have this network which you have to protect, right? Which you have to protect, and you can basically create a network object too with this network. So being these two interfaces out there, so what you have to do is click on this small plus button. Okay, so it will open system backup, VPN domain, and proxy. So you have to jump to VPN domain to specify which is our protected VPN part. So there is all IP address behind the gateway. So I will go for manually define. Okay, and I will click on these 3 dots. You will open this. So I have to mention the network which is out there, and you can create. So I will create a network object first of all, and I will specify it. So I will, to create a network object, you have to click on objects, and I will cancel it first of all, and let me create a network object so that I can click on it. So I'll create an object, and I will click on new, and I will go for network. Let's create 2 objects, which will be 192.168.1.0. So let's create, it's my headquarter network, which is HQ. Network address will be 192.168.1.0. My network mask will be 255.255.255.0, which is 24. Okay, broadcast are included, IPv6 I don't want, and I will create this by clicking OK. So the next object that I will create is for my branch, which will be my firewall 2's network, and it was out there basically. So I will go for this and I will go for branch. Yeah, the next will be 10.4. Sorry, 4.0.0 and the same 24-bit mask, and I will click on OK. And these two are, and there is already a network, so I will go for yes basically, so that I can remember the name. Okay, so I'll click on SG1. What we did it, we will do it again. We'll go for network management, click on this small plus button at the left side of network management, click on VPN domain. I will manually define it, so I will click on this and click on these three buttons. And in that we have branch and HQ. So I will select HQ because it's firewall 1, right? So I will click on OK, which will select our VPN. So that's again I will do it the same procedure for firewall 2 also. So I will go, and as you can check, our interfaces for firewall 2 also. Let's check. So there is 10.4.network out in means inside of our firewall 1, which is in Ethernet 1 basically. So what you have to do is click on this small plus button, and this is VPN domain, and I will manually define it that protect this network. This is my VPN part, so protect this one. So I will click on branch. Yeah. Okay. Set the domain for network. So it's not a member of. It's okay. So I will click on OK. Yeah. The next step is to select the link for this thing. So for the link part, you have to go for open the SC. You have to go for IPSEC. I will click open this part, and I will go for link selection to tell it that specific interface to use. Okay, so basically there are many. Always use this IP address. You have to you can use the main address, or you can select it from the topology table, right? So I will go for the topology table, and I will select. Basically, you have to tell what interface it will use for making the VPN tunnel. So you will go for this, and my interface will be 63.8.0.111. So I will mention it. Okay. So I will go for the default ones. You can use the DNS resolving. There is many options. Basically, you can perform it in your way. So I'll go with the default one. I will click on OK. I will perform the same thing in SG2. So I will go for SG2, and I will go for IPSEC. I will click on the small button. Yeah, plus button, and I will click on link selection. What link you want to use this? Link you want to perform the IPSEC? I will click for 112, which is my middle network, right? So let me take my Epic pen just to show you what I meant. Okay, let me take a pen. So yeah, so firewall 1 and firewall 2. So this interface is 63.8.0.111, and this interface is 63.8.0.112. So I just want to create that this interface will be used for making the tunnel. That's why I came for IPsec and link selection. In my network management, I mentioned that we have a protected network in my left hand side, which is inside network, and I mentioned that this 192.168.1.0. In here, I mentioned it was 10.4.0.0. Okay, that's what I am doing right now. Okay, so I will clear this and click on OK. Let me take, yeah, OK. So the next step that you have to create is create a rule. So how to create an access rule? So basically you have to go for security policy. If I click on security policies, there are rules. I will go for access control. Yeah, so I'll create two, and let me make this object go. Yeah, so we are in our policy. So I will create a section title just for VPN. So I will click on here, and I will add new section title, and I will mention that section as VPN. So I'm using VPN. So okay, so now I will add a rule below that. So I will click on right click it, and I will add rule below. So now you have to create a rule, which will be my IPSEC site rule, and I will click enter. Source, you have to mention the protected destination, which means you're protected inside networks. basically. So I will go for, there are two networks. So headquarter is this, and I will add the branch network, right? So, and back and forth, you need back and forth. So yeah, in destination also you have to make that thing. So let me do that. So I will add these both things. Yeah, great. So now let's move to right. Under VPN, you have to select the VPN community that you just created, right? So for that, you have to click on this. As you can see, we don't have any plus button right here. So you have to right click on it. So you have to use the specific VPN community because we added a new specific community and it's VPN sites, right? And if you don't have this VPN block, how to add it, right? So to add it, you have to basically go for the section, which is the heading bar, and you have to right click, and there are things you can check mark on it, whatever you want. Okay, so basically I have selected all, and if you don't have VPN, you can disable the heading from here also. So if you click on here, the VPN will vanish, and if you check it on, it will come back. Okay, so the services, I will add ICMP, basically ICMP, and I will add ICMP echo reply and echo request, everything. Yeah, so I will basically add both of them. Yeah, so these are ICMP, and the action I will keep it as accept, right? Okay, I didn't click on it, sorry. Okay, accept, and you can keep the track, and I will keep the logs for just to see what happens, right? So I will click the logs and install it on both the firewalls. So you have to click on the small plus, and I will select both the firewalls. There are 22 changes that are going to be made. So I will publish all the changes that I created, and I'll go for publish and click on install, basically. Or you can directly click on install policy, which will say publish and install policy. Okay, I will click on install, and it will pop up a window to ask these firewalls are there. You want to install these policy on these firewalls? Yeah, I want to create this. So I will click on install and let the installation begin. So it's successfully installed. Till now, it means that it will communicate from to branch and branch to headquarter using the VPN community, and it will use echo reply and echo request. You can actually change it to ICMP protocol too. So I basically did for echo reply and echo request. There is an option for ICMP protocol. So let's check that also. Okay, so I will click on this. You don't have to specifically mention ICMP request and reply for that. So you can select ICMP protocol so that all the features of ICMP protocol is working. Rest is fine. You can enable it on a specific time also. So I will go for install this policy, which will give me both the options, which is you have to publish and install. So I will go for publish and install. I will click on install. Yeah. Now the installation begins. So right now, as you can see, we have a rule which uses our VPN sites community object. Okay. Now we'll try to ping one of our hosts, which is out there in our secondary firewall, which is firewall 2. Okay, and let me draw this diagram. It's here. And take my epic. Yeah. So we have firewall 1 and we have firewall 2, and that's it for the creation of tunnel. We have site-to-site VPN. And we will try to ping the outside interface, okay? Or we can ping an host out there, whatever you need. So I will ping it from an inside internal host, and let's check if it works. Right? So for that, I will jump for CMD and try to ping one of the outside interface, means inside interface of firewall 1, which will be 10.4.0.112, which is my outside inside interface of firewall 2, not outside, inside interface, right? So I'll click on enter, and it's replying successfully. To monitor this, let's see if it works. Else we will check the IPSEC thing. Else we will check the check to ping the host of that 10.4.0. network. Okay. So let's monitor this traffic. So let's monitor the traffic. I will close this CMD, and you have to go for basically logs. right? So logs will open all the traffic that is flowing through that, and there are many traffic that is flowing through this. So I will go for new tab. Yeah. So under new tab, you have tunnel and user monitoring. So I will basically click on that, which will open the smart view monitoring, and it's showing me that my firewall license evaluation period will expire in 11 days. As you can see, we have our smart view monitor. Under that, you can select VPNs, right? So we have a VPN, and we have an active VPN which is currently active. As you can see, it's 1 and 1. Okay. So to know more information about IPSEC, you have to click on this greater than symbol. And as we go down, this is our information about IPSEC VPN. Okay, so to take the specific community objects, so you have to go for tunnels and click on this small plus button. Yeah, and you can go for tunnels on gateway, which will give you two options. So I will click for OK. So these are the tunnels on gateway, which is using VPN sites. Yeah, and you can basically select on tunnels on community too. So whatever the community that is created. So I will go for VPN sites, which we created as a new community objects, and I will click on OK. And as you can see, our community is up, and we have a tunnel between us. If you double click on it, you will get all the information that is used for this tunnel creation. So that's it for this video. You can keep the logs also, basically. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.